Abu Trica same way Abba. All that we are talking about is Abu Trica fraud speculations. Because nobody has been able to bring one evidence. Until the case is done. Obian to make us say Obian a fraudster. The FBI that came to Ghana to pick those boys who are suspect, they never cared about what they have. They don't care. They want to stop the crime. Because the person who started the crime or does the crime is here. When they want to pick you up, they don't care about where you live. You can be seen as the most wretched guy on the street of Ghana. They will pick you up. You can come and hide all the money and pretend to say, they will pick you. They don't care. You can also be driving the most expensive car in the world. They will pick you. If you allow the American government to spend a dime on you, and I'm talking about investigating you, I'll bet you. Any person, blogger, or institution found circulating sexually explicit videos or photographs of children is liable to term of imprisonment of not less than 5 years. Period for mutie. You see idea. Umubi na mono red no ma relax kakra etiti muni so. Enti muntie. Period for na mono red no. You see idea kobo one. Eya titi muni so. Monom de beye. Mo amonom de beye. 8 ho be 4 hours de etiti. Mo am start num jojo no so. You see etiti muni so ba. You see, any person, blogger, or institution found circulating sexually explicit. So I'm for any piece that what I say, sexually explicit videos or photographs of children is liable to a term of imprisonment of not less than 5 years. You see, a show. I am running ashe. We a blogger. We a TV, radio. We a group. I'm from Asanteman Youth. We a wine. Na ye chill. Say o the aquara na deja the nakedness. And now video echere ewo internet so anase wa publish it. O kwa kodem beye mfie num. O de tena ho. Neka say ye de ye ntiase ubedem. Me catch you. So WhatsApp group na se moko share saa de no na by mistake elikia mo amwo group ni mu nyina no say yetumi trace mu amu nyina mu bedem. Don't think say you can radio TV even in WhatsApp group. So moko for bi picture ni video akwara bi video ni nakedness obedient dian na mo be share no WhatsApp group nim na obi fa ho ehu na or report it. Now the cyber security agency organ investigation now saka WhatsApp group now. Every single person in that group ubetima ko jail. So don't underestimate these kind of things. When end the majority of you guys in jail now muni into a WhatsApp group or school or nursing training or teacher training or senior high school or university, wherever you are, or group him no more status almost share inquire naked videos. Then exit the group. Delete and exit. So obi time will group na opeki group no or your screenshot bear 20. Na otimi screenshot mo numbers no. Na odema police. All of you in the group will go to jail. The only thing they need to do is to grab the admin. Yachi admina munyina mubedem. So you people need to understand. Samra way any joke. Let's not underestimate this emra. And young people need to know menya butra. Meya sadie way. So we should not joke. Man kasame de na make a group no almost share. So when ninja one, you will exit the group. And at the end of the day, tell the admin said this video should go. Meanwhile, the Kudienti make us more joining a sorry group. Pentecost Youth, Assemblies of God Youth, Anglican youth, Methodist group, more a sorry group na started done in the porno sites, no. One share a whole church youth association nipa be 50. Omunyina be end up in jail. Me, there's a reason why here me joining only one WhatsApp group. And one WhatsApp group, no, I men me wafa ase for. And me now for me and say I'm a trust them. Asa. Me, I don't join any group. I don't even like the idea of my phone. A lot of messages coming. I don't even like that. Into me, for some reason, I don't join WhatsApp groups. So me too. I did back when me panicking. Say, me wuso be add me number. Say you are part of a group. I quickly exit. It has been something I don't joke around with. And yet, Adebia, you should not underestimate Ujimia Obefonwako jail. Mwamugwa Bruchena. Kwasiamto group biana u join it, group biana u jirimno, you end up in jail. Ijande through the cyber security authority no, omama mati asiye, ya bomu koko. Ye betucha videos we nyina aba abontene. Send ebe ya chiwa untumi nkase na minim because ye be chinkofo. Bronya we ye be chi bebre. Now, when it comes to cyber security, issue ababeto about fraudsters in Ghana. And I'm not saying, say, oh my God, they are guilty. I'm not saying that. This conversation is a conversation that we need to be very careful when we are having it. As I speak now, US nobody has been pronounced guilty. It means and say because the Interpol or the FBI came to pick somebody in Ghana as a suspect, they are criminals. I can't do that. It's not in my place to do that. Now, Abu Trica same way Abba and Nipa Bebre can be. Now, when it comes to radio, when it comes to informing people on mass platforms, to say radio, TV, the moment you get the opportunity to be part of a national conversation, so a journalist, so a guest, so a pandit, whatever, you need to understand, say, you are not just talking to yourself, you are talking to millions of people. And maybe you don't assess it. Say, nipa 10 penny good dema, you might end up confusing or convincing 2, 3, or 4, or maybe even all of them. When you are spreading information, you need to be very careful. And you'll be an argument ding. There are so many people who are ill-informed. They don't want to double-check. So what radios now about Nyama Asia, especially when it comes to arrest, fraud, and you are not supposed to give any kind of what we call excuses, especially in Ghana. We all are trying to fight corruption, fraud, and all these kind of internet fraud. It is hurting everyone. Now, Abu Trica Asem we see, Yentie in Sembia course with Angel FM. Mami be not so me. And I want you to listen to this lady very well.
Media se ebase enyo obi a what internet so ebum krofo ewo wo mo bank account mu wo Ghana ha ne ade a eya na me ya nipa boni nipa wom my stand abi before Ghana for ye yi wo mo group mu mo wu ye bra na ye che wo mo nkoa otene mam won ka wo bi onyo obi abone onto obi asanso ote onu ankasa ni krom na obi free ni krom aba ba chene sa wo mehwa wo a wo nnuru ni party bia mu ntimi do ko mi krom ma kwa kodi pa na ye che wo adanjian mu a ye do be kwa kohye adan a ye hwese ye pa mo ho oden sebi kwasiafo mo mpa mo krom ye week omo po mo ho ye den a de ade omo be fa mu ni nyina achi no on betime nya ahoden survive na cha so kokoduo ne de kokogina ahudifo mu so won no a owa ahode obetime ado ye de ne kokogina sa ye bridge na bibini mu ntwe gina mo kon so na mo fa mo ta nkosoro a enya atwede onipa egina ni nua kon ho na de mota ma we na we ye gina na adwiri cream we besu kon so no wu ye nya ho compensation we enu mu nye du ngyina we 8 million nipa ba ko pen kwankran ka yesan enti ma ete sande ana sebi se otegana ha no obokro no de afan do pe bibia kokotoko yenye na boro enti ananke no ha adwe na me nuanom we se sika ne ba saa ya moda mo na on se moye na ebom mamo a eya mo diskane se mboto mu enye yi on ana we no de kwa bank enye nya bank na mko yifi we na ba saa no a na se wasu mansion yes mansion a me kai say some time ago about me ka se be a year or so and na me hu say ajagraja edi krachi hu adanse se mansion a wasi edi asi suedro no sabre na nanado na president o se nanado fie wasi ene impo Jubilee house na ya bankasi atena ye kura no ento krachi no compound ne mansion ni na wo hwei ne pool eso television hotel pool kakra dadwa hwe ne cyber truck we fia krachi na sia wotim 31 years oye adwuma bai ana inheritance. Obviously, we started ye niama we na ma nipa ni ba ho. We started to puna kase o watamfo animu no. Na atamfo na omo hwe no. Enyo omo nyina na omo ani ewu. But na atamfo na omo hwe no, ebi nso fa ho adwen. Na we mpo de otira anye ye watamfo abrofo. Esi abecho. Abusua. Sampo nam kwan papa so na se wonya bibia. This
is quite disturbing, you know. Very disturbing. For us to allow this to go on our radio stations. And you, it is not right. Mami asamoah can the crack is saying. The crack say slave trade be cause maybe. Into or they are not justify se obi ti krum ha na obubronia to her. She believes to say it is right. Jesus Christ. Really? Mr. Timmy Show, make a say, as I speak now, none of the people who have been picked by a FBI no obi enu court abeka or guilty. So I'm not going to sit here and sound to say all the guys who have been arrested by the FBI, they are guilty of any crime. No, until they go to court, they all make their cases, prosecution make their case, defendants make their case at the end of the day. So Mudifwa, we will all see. But this is prime time radio. Abran TB, we SS. Ote abu Trica semno, the yemu shisheno. Na Adrian say, obeso ye bibi is a fraud. As we speak, all that we are talking about say abu Trica fraud nina speculations because nobody has been able to bring one evidence. Until the case is done, obian to make us say obiya a fraudster. So for me, as a journalist, I will not refer to abu Trica and Omaya Chom some fraudsters. No, the FBI believes that they have evidence to prove some fraudsters. Until they prove it, no. We will all say they are suspects now. Now, young fans say, say almost some fraudsters. A brand TB SS. Now, Adrian say, this is a shortcut, Mate. Me whom be say, Mamin Koyebi. But what is your chick, Ubia or your suspect in that kind of a yet day, a Jumadi? Sa brand Tiano, the emotional. Right now, he's torn between Minkoyebi. Anama minkoyebi. Na sa abrantie na aso radio na otie maami wei. Na maami wei ka cha abrantie ne se. Ye nananom abrofo besisa omo koye. Eko yusu omo. Inti abrofo de yeka. Enti se obi ebubroni a oti ne kurom a time na yesisa ye nananom kono ono nka ho. None of us no be anti-asi time and yes, and anonymous slaves. Na obi no who be. I'm a obiti radio so kase. Obetu history be say yen anonymous be. Omoko abrofu krum abrofu besi se omoko yoma yakayaka de enti. It is right for sa brantie bi epese ofa internet so ye nyoma bi a enya or ho kwan se oso ye. Ojo se sa brantie na we SS na opese or go into this bad behavior, and I say, where do you think this young man obeying inspiration free? So I'm way, or the hundreds and hundreds of young people she has pushed them into illegality. And we need to be careful what we say on radio. We need to be very careful. So statement here, mami we no. Ama akrebi na ope reason. Edi aye bibi enye. We nya reason. And the obusan say ade ntina opese okoye sa fraud you say now ye nananom ye be form say slaves. Intime so me wia broni. This is the kind of inspiration we are using our radio to spread. So what Ghana crack can say obi a defraud wo momo transaction 3,000 Ghana 2,000. Do you know how people feel? Ghana pokeke when somebody defrauds you of 200 Ghana, 1,000 Ghana. Some people be to me febu. We are talking about people's life savings. Sani pana sebio yes a suspect bi gini sikano. Time ana slave trade koso na sani pano oni ho. Miracle na mini ho. Why should that person why ye juma na ebi ono akọ pension or na akoma pasom ne man uma akora bi advice say so we sa nipa na it is okay because sa nipa na nana eye wo nana bibia bra you don't even have evidence to it. This slave trade thing, we all came to meet the story. There are evidence there's a slave trade happening here. But do you know the details? And some of us sometimes ask questions and say, as much as Yananan will be so far these things, didn't we allow ourselves for this to happen? Because we have seen other places where these mercenaries went there and those people defended their islands and their countries and they had to return. Maybe Yananan ain't that courage or that wisdom to do that. Maybe Yananan were easily enticed about what they saw. Maybe they were enticed about the white skin. So there are so many things that came together for us to fall prey, for us to become, or we being at the receiving end. But that does not mean, say, Mami penny better not TV so. It's so tough to get $1 in the United States. Just $1. It is not a joke. Your Nippon Pim over 90 to 100 million people in America. Omu physical $10,000 cash da. Omu be that. Physical $10,000. Omu be that. In their life since they are war. It is not a joke. So for you to make this an inspiration, or sending this message out to young people, say, Obi be doing an abro, you're trying compensation, you have the right. You are not even supposed to say whether it's your opinion or not your opinion. This is not a message to send because you don't know who is listening to you. You have no idea who is listening to you, who is desperate, who wants to make a decision. So we always want a reason to commit a crime. So person would do bonny. So who's this chimpena? Now person from Pinichia. You sit and ask yourself, dear na reason ben na minya dear this boneno. Every human being, before you take a move or make a move or commit a crime, you ask yourself, you need a reason to commit a crime. Send a beya, it will make you not to feel guilty in your head. So we don't have to use our platforms to give them a reason to go into things they are not supposed to go into. It's in the first place, we are not supposed to do this. We are not supposed to even create that impression. We are not even supposed to start such a conversation. Then she jumps to Adana Munyeskana Namu show off. A level of ignorance. Then she jumps to Emrante Munyesika Namu show off. Let me tell you. When the American government is investigating you in Ghana for fraud or whatever, they don't fucking care about what you have in Ghana. When the FBI is coming after you, after they gathered their evidence, they say, Obiti abruchiri. Kwame Amuako ejinipa ni sika unlawfully. When the FBI sits to analyze the case and they mention a name of a suspect, they are not talking about what the suspect owns in Ghana. They don't care. Their focus is to cut off the blood where the idea, where it germinated from. How to stop it. It is not what you have. You can be a fraudster in Ghana and live like the most poorest person. The Americans don't care. It is the brain that you use in amassing that wealth. Whatever you do with the wealth is your problem. So what they do? So we talk about 500 though. Let me tell you for a fact, the FBI that came to Ghana to pick those boys who are suspects, they never cared about what they have. They don't care. They want to stop the crime because the person who started the crime or does the crime is here. If you're able to stop the person, those things, it will not matter again. Into more moka say, and a boy see, and a motoka, and I then show off. Let me tell you, you can decide to do people in different countries around the world and decide to live in a madhouse. When they want to pick you up, they don't care about where you live. You can be seen as the most wretched guy on the street of Ghana. They will pick you up. You can come and hide all the money and pretend to say, they will pick you. They don't care. You can also be driving the most expensive car in the world. They will pick you. We just need to let the young people understand. Don't get yourself involved. Eh? The little I know about Americans. So if you allow the American government to spend a dime on you, and I'm talking about investigating you, because so spending 2 hours at a meeting for or the 30 minutes effort plane, not all is because of you. Say almost share a meeting several days, and at the end of the day, pay people for their time because of you. The taxpayers' money, they need to make sure it does not go to waste. And let me tell you, it is not what you have. It is not how wretched you are. When they get to know you have committed a crime and they have enough evidence, they will come pick you up. So many of you say, media may ejuma webi, it means show off from end their corner. They don't fucking care about now. And you're about to show off from America. It is you they need. The people involved is what they need. That is why make us say, Mimbo be a ding, because for now, the conversation is they are all suspects. So Ghana media we're going to be honest with us and being professional enough. And all the headlines from the day they started picking these boys, they were supposed to put the caption as suspects. But you see, because our system is messed up, we basically judge people before even they go to trial. Memetier, I don't fucking know what these people did. Whatever I'm hearing are speculations. Until the FBI and the US government are able to prove in court. I cannot sit here and say, boy, we acquire fraud. Boy, we acquire fraud. Because they even have the right to sue me for saying that. Because at this point, Obianya fraud. There's not been confirmed, no court. So why don't we understand? Our job as journalists is to tell the young people there's something called internet fraud. Don't get yourself involved. See a JLOB because of data, then you can use that as an example and say this person was jailed because of this particular crime, and that if you are thinking of doing this crime, stop. But we can't use suspects to cover up real conversations. Let us not do this to the young people. Me share video with and yeah, because you see, these people are all over the place telling us, some journalists, they are destroying more lives. Who history better with him? What do you know about slave trade? In the end, no, obi a person di boni a ondi broni boni. Na den na woko broni woko bobesia. Onka se slave trade in tea. Besia na obebo no wono. one person obebo if you say you are independent. I didn't want to know say Mike na esi wenim no e broni na ye because broni de wona na ko ni krom nti sa Mike na ebo ama wunya salary because Mike na wutie nim nti na yetu awka. At the end of the day, the same broni na yes, Mike na e create juama ma wunya bi to draws she. Dade na wonka say broni Mike na me be kasem. Broni internet na be kasanti enya ade ameye if you said slave trade bi baaye. Emma sa broni ne nananom be fa ye nananom. Why are we so weak minded? Ana na bi me ye jimi sa. What can't we think? Kweku otin.